What happens if an astronaut dies in space? A chilling thought, isn't it? It's a question that hovers on the edge of our collective consciousness, a shadowy specter in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Space, the final frontier, is not just a place of infinite possibilities, but also of infinite perils. Astronauts, our brave pioneers, are faced with a multitude of risks, from the silent vacuum of space to the relentless bombardment of cosmic radiation. But what happens when the inevitable strikes? When life is extinguished amidst the stars? It's an unsettling query, one that we often shy away from, but it's a reality we must confront as we continue to push the boundaries of human exploration. Because in space, even death is complex. So, let's delve into this eerie possibility and uncover the reality of death in the cosmos. Together, we will navigate through the unknown, unmasking the mysteries that lie beyond our earthly confines. Space, as beautiful and mysterious as it is, remains a hostile environment for humans. Let's dive into the unforgiving reality of space, which is far from the romanticized version we often see in popular culture. Picture this. Space is a vacuum, a void, filled with nothingness. There's no air, no oxygen to breathe. It's a realm of silence where even sound cannot travel. For humans who thrive on oxygen, this is the first and perhaps the most immediate challenge. Without a supply of oxygen, we would lose consciousness within 15 seconds and could die in about a minute. Now let's talk about the extreme temperatures. In the sunlight, it can get as hot as 250 degrees Fahrenheit, but in the shadow of a spacecraft or on the night side of a planet, the temperature can drop to a bone-chilling -250 degrees. These extreme temperatures can freeze or fry an unprotected astronaut in a matter of minutes. Then there's the radiation. Space is filled with cosmic rays and charged particles from the sun. On Earth, our planet's magnetic field and atmosphere shield us from most of this harmful radiation. But in space, there's no such protection. Prolonged exposure to this radiation can lead to serious health issues like cancer and damage to the central nervous system. And let's not forget the physiological changes. In zero gravity, muscles and bones weaken, fluids in the body redistribute, causing puffy face and bird legs. The heart becomes more spherical and loses muscle mass. The body goes through a myriad of changes, some of which we are still studying and trying to understand. The reality of space is harsh. It's a hostile, deadly environment that challenges human survival at every turn. Despite our technological advancements and protective spacesuits, the risk is always there. Given these harsh conditions, the threat of death is a constant companion for astronauts. So, how does NASA or any other space agency prepare for the unthinkable? In the vast, cold expanse of space, where the rules of life and death are not as straightforward as on Earth, there are protocols in place, albeit grim, to handle the unfortunate event of an astronaut's demise. For starters, there's no burying a body in space. With limited resources and the need to maintain sanitary conditions, the body must be kept on board. The procedure, inspired by practices on naval vessels, involves storing the body in a specially designed bag and kept in the coldest part of the spacecraft, essentially freezing it. This method, while macabre, is practical and respectful. But what about those back on Earth? The communication protocol is delicate and critical. It's a two-pronged approach. First, the family and loved ones of the deceased astronaut are informed privately. Only after they've had time to process the news, does NASA or the respective space agency make a public announcement. This is to ensure the family has the necessary privacy during such a challenging time. The psychological well-being of the remaining crew members is also paramount. The loss of a colleague in such an isolated and high-stress environment can have severe psychological effects. Therefore, space agencies have on-call psychologists and psychiatrists who provide immediate counseling and support to the crew. They help them navigate through their grief while thousands of miles away from home. Moreover, the crew is trained to handle such scenarios. Before launch, astronauts go through extensive training, which includes dealing with potential deaths. They are prepared to carry out the necessary procedures and are equipped to handle the emotional toll it may take. In the vast loneliness of space, these protocols act as a guide, a beacon of order amidst chaos and uncertainty. They are woven into the fabric of space missions, a somber reminder of the risks astronauts willingly take to push the boundaries of human knowledge and exploration. While these protocols may seem grim, they are necessary to ensure the safety and mental well-being of the remaining crew. But what about the future? Could space become a final resting place? A question that is tantalizing and eerie in equal measures. Let's imagine for a moment a cosmos scattered with the remains of the departed, an infinite celestial cemetery. This is the concept of space burials, an idea that, while currently in its infancy, is not as far-fetched as it might first appear. The first challenge to consider is environmental. Space, as we know, is already cluttered with defunct satellites and debris. Adding human remains to the mix might seem like a recipe for exacerbating the problem. However, innovative solutions are already being explored. For instance, biodegradable urns that dissolve harmlessly into the void, leaving no trace behind. Logistically, the task is daunting but not insurmountable. The cost of rocket launches has been decreasing over the years, thanks to advancements in technology. This trend is likely to continue, making space burials a feasible option for more and more people. Yet, the question remains, should we? The ethical implications of space burials are complex and multifaceted. On one hand, it's a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of our exploratory nature. On the other hand, it raises questions about our responsibility to preserve the sanctity and cleanliness of space. Technology, as it often does, could provide answers. As we develop more advanced methods of space travel and exploration, we might also discover more sustainable and respectful ways to handle death in space. Perhaps we could create memorial satellites where the cremated remains are housed within a functional piece of technology, contributing to scientific research even after death. Or maybe we may develop processes to convert human remains into energy, fueling our journey to the stars. The possibilities are as limitless as space itself. As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible, we're not just redefining life in space, but also death. Space burials might sound like science fiction, but they could be a reality in the not-so-distant future. The thought of death in space is indeed unsettling. We've journeyed together through the stark realities of the cosmos, recognized the harsh conditions that astronauts brave, and the perilous risks they undertake. Space, as we've seen, is not for the faint-hearted. We've delved into the existing protocols that govern the unthinkable event of a death in space. From containing the body to prevent biological contamination, to the emotional toll on the crew, it's a stark reminder of the human element in space exploration. We've also glimpsed into the future, where the idea of space burials float between the realms of science fiction and potential reality. Could we one day see celestial graveyards marking humanity's journey beyond our home planet? As we continue to explore the cosmos, we must also prepare for the inevitable realities that come with it, including death. Our journey into space is not just about discovery, but also about understanding our own mortality in the vast expanse of the universe.